This is Optimal Living Daily, episode 1570, What to Do When You Have No Idea What to Do, by Josie Michelle Davis of josiemichelledavis.com. And I'm your narrator, Justin Malik, reading you blogs every single day of the year. We have 5 shows where we do that. Search for Optimal Living Daily wherever you're hearing this to find all 5 shows. But for now, let's get right to it as we optimize your life. What to Do When You Have No Idea What to Do, by Josie Michelle Davis of josiemichelledavis.com. As Chris Traeger once said, quote, "I'm 100% certain that I am 0% sure of what I'm going to do," end quote. If you don't know who that is, then I'm very sorry for you and would recommend you go directly to Netflix and binge Parks and Rec for the rest of the week. That quote is exactly how I felt for years. At times, I've felt like social media has made it seem like everyone's got their whole lives figured out. Every 10-year-old is starting a Fortune 500 company, and all the 12-year-olds are traveling the world and getting master's degrees. And there I was with no clue what to do. I would read and listen to countless blog posts, books, and podcasts about how to achieve your dreams. It felt like I had all the steps memorized, perfectly ready and willing to do the work, but I've absolutely no idea what work I was supposed to do. Do what you're passionate about, the world seems to scream these days. But what do you do when you have no idea what you're passionate about? It's taken me years to figure out what I'm passionate about, and figuring that out was a way different process than I thought it would be. I used to think you just knew and something was wrong with me for not knowing. Maybe that's how it is for some lucky individuals, but I think for the majority of us, it just doesn't come that easy. Get to know yourself. I know I'm maxing out my Parks and Rec references here, but just like Anne, you need to date yourself. When I think back to those times I felt completely lost and generally freaked out by not knowing where exactly I was going, I realized how little I knew myself. I was overcome by fear and insecurities that slowly over time I've had to chisel away at to get to the real me so I could even find out what things I like, much less what I am passionate about. So, how do you get to know yourself? I fully encourage you to follow your whims. One thing I knew I always enjoyed but I never seemed to actually make the time for was reading. Over the last few years, I've made it more of a priority, something part of my everyday, if even for just a few minutes. I also indulged in anything that had sparked my interest. I took horseback riding lessons, taught myself calligraphy and lettering, learned to run, and traveled more. None of these things have anything to do with what I'd call my passion, but by indulging in them, I learn more about myself and what I love, and sometimes what I don't love. Take care of yourself. I've struggled with depression for most of my life. Even during better times when I didn't find it impossible to get out of bed, I still felt like I was living with a brain fog and a general apathy for life. Those, my friend, are not a good combo when you're trying to figure out what to do with your life. If you're struggling with any number of mental or physical problems, you need to stop and take care of those first. You're not going to be able to find your passion if you can barely even find joy in regular life. This past year, I discovered how much exercise helps me fight off depression, but that doesn't mean it still doesn't hit me at times, especially when I have extra stress. So I also took another step and finally found a therapist I can talk to. I don't have regular appointments with her, but if I hit a wall, I can make an appointment anytime, and I already have that relationship. No matter what your struggle is, set up systems to help you overcome and keep you on the right track. You can't chase your dreams or even figure out what those are if you aren't taking care of your health first. Give yourself time. At one point, I remember feeling frantic to figure out what was next. I felt like I was losing time and needed to decide what direction to go in ASAP. After talking with my therapist, she told me I needed to give myself a break, stop racking my brain, and just enjoy life for a while. So I did. Well, kind of, as best as I could. I decided to just stop thinking about it, stop worrying so much, which is easier said than done. I experimented with things and tried new things without any specific hope that they would be the answer I was searching for. If you're struggling with where to go next, take a step back. If you're getting ready for the craziness of college and aren't even sure what to study, then I love the idea of gap years. Don't just sit around in your parents' basement for a year and waste the time away. Travel, volunteer, try new things constantly. Give yourself some time and space to experiment and have a little fun. If you don't know where you're going, I feel you. To the very depths of my soul, I do. Don't be tough on yourself. Everyone has either been there or will be there at some point in their life. Care for yourself, know yourself, and give yourself some space, and eventually you'll get there. More than anything, just learn to enjoy life. You just listened to the post titled What to Do When You Have No Idea What to Do by Josie Michelle Davis of josiemichelledavis.com. And thank you to Josie. Come by her site for a lot more. This came up recently, but if you didn't hear that episode or you're new here, then this might be new for you. Otherwise, it could serve as a reminder. One idea that I learned, I believe from my sister, was to imagine you're in an office waiting for an appointment and you don't have your cell phone on you. There are some magazines on the table. Which one catches your interest, assuming that pretty much any magazine available? Is it sports or recreation, business or money or finance, cooking, home goods, real estate, health and fitness, relationships? Which one would you reach for? I found that super helpful. I think my brother did too back then. So if you're trying to discover new hobbies or find what you're passionate about, that's something to try. That'll do it for today. Have a great day, great weekend if you're listening in real time, and I'll see you tomorrow for Minimalist Monday, where your optimal life awaits.